Thank you. I was hoping that there would be more people here. I wanted to see Atrium jam-packed. I wanted every nationality of people to be here. Everybody with concerns of what's going on at this day and this age in this world, that they would be here with one voice, one concern, and one outreach. All lives matter. All lives matter. You know, there's an interesting fact today. About 258 years ago, on March the 6th, in 1857, Chief Justice Robert B. Taney, United States Supreme Court, wrote this decision. Dred Scott, who was a slave, he followed his master to the free state of where? St. Louis, Missouri. And Dred Scott was trying to get his freedom. And Chief Justice Taney wrote his opinion about that, but he denied Dred Scott and his family his freedom. Anyway, the reason that I say that is that back then, I'm sorry about that, St. Louis, Missouri was a free state, and St. Louis is just a couple miles from Ferguson. And Ferguson is the birthplace of the saying, Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to get into what happened out like Ferguson, the right and the wrong of it or anything like that. I can't do that because opinions, everybody has one. And I look at things from where I stand at, you look at things from where you stand at. But I can tell you this, all lives matter. Everybody in here, their lives matter. Now what Harrisburg City Police is doing is that we are into the body cams, we're getting body cams because there's always two sides to every story. There's a police side and there's the arrestee side. There are actions and there are the counteractions. And we want to capture everything on tape. Because back when I was young, a long time ago, I was curious because the police used to ride through my neighborhood. They would arrest people, and it was not any conversation had by the police officers or by the person's family that they were picking up. And I thought that that was strange. I thought that was very odd because no one knew what that person did. I'm sure that the person who was being arrested and put in cuffs into the paddy wagon, he had some idea, or she did, but no one else did. And the police weren't very friendly back then. They weren't very forthcoming with what they were doing. And it was all a shock to me, as it is a shock to many people right now on how police operate. What principle does an officer operate by? So what I did, my curiosity rose as I got older, and I said, I don't agree with what's going on here, but however, I'm going to become part of it because I want to get inside and I want to make a change. I want to understand under what premise that they operate under. I want to understand, what the crime code is saying. I want to understand what the biblical code is saying. I want to know what I am doing wrong. I want to know what I can say to the police to make that police officer talk to me. I want to know how I can prevent from getting a program. So therefore, I was talking to 10 friends of mine. So Harrisburg City Police, they were giving up tests, and we all decided to go down there and to take the test. That morning that we were supposed to go take the test, I was the only one to show up. The only way to bring about change is to get inside, become part of the organization, to find out just what's going on, to understand what premises that they operate under. And if you don't agree with it, then you strive to climb to the top so you can institute changes. To me, Harrisburg has a good record. We don't do everything right, but there's a lot that we do right, and there's less that we do wrong. We are people persons. I am a people person. I am for you. If there's any problem that you have, my door is always open for you to come in and to talk to me. If my officers do anything wrong, say anything wrong to you, I want you to contact me. We have an open door policy down there. And we talked about body cams. In February and March of this year, this month, I've been sending my officers to diversity training. Now, diversity training is a good thing to go through, but what does diversity training say? Diversity training points out the differences that people have. We all know that we have differences. We all know that, we believe in different things, that there's Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, there's Christian, there's bad, we all understand that, and we all know that we believe in a higher being. But I don't want to talk about the differences in people. I want to talk about the similarities. I want to talk about the unity that everybody has. Because to me, there's too much emphasis put on diversity. There's too many emphasis put on the differences. Let's forget about the differences. Let's talk about the things that we do have in common. Abraham Maslow, he said that we all have basic needs. We need air, we need food, and the things that matter to us is important. We all want to be loved. We all want to have self-esteem, and we all want to thrive, to be comfortable in our being. So let's talk about unity. What is unity? Unity is bringing people together. During my watch with Harrisburg City Police, I would like for the public to feel welcome, to come down to City Hall to know the officers, to get to know the officers. If you're a parent, if you're a college student, come down, talk to us, be with us, get to know why our officers. Get to know what makes them tick. Get to know what they like, because they are real people like everybody else. Get to understand that their mothers, their fathers, their parents, and they have kids, they have wives, they have lives too. And to understand that Gabe Oliveira, he's a sergeant, but he's also a plumber, electrician, and he's licensed. Bring your kids to breakfast, have breakfast with a police officer. I believe that the reason that we have so many problems is because it's that separation. It's that you belong to this, I'm over here. That's against what I teach. And I want everybody to understand that police officers are human like everybody else, and that we need occupations to pay for our bills like everybody else. We get sick like everybody else. Do we make mistakes? Yes, we do. Can we judge the whole by the actions of a few? I would not judge you, so please don't judge me by the actions of someone else, because I didn't walk in that person's shoes. I don't know what transpired to make that happen. I think that it's a shame right now that the media tends to placate everything. We need the truth. We need to have compassion for each other. We need to come together. Policing is changing. It has changed from the 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s. I can relate back to when I was coming up and I was seeing on TV in Chicago and different places where we had the Black Panthers, and their dogs were sick on them. They were washed out with like holes and different things like that. But right now things have changed, and you have rights, and your rights matter to me and to other police chiefs in this area. So do you have a friend in Pennsylvania? Yes, you do. Do we care for your safety? Yes, we do. And that leads to another conversation, how can we help you? We gotta have a real conversation. We have to come together. In Harrisburg, out of 140 plus officers, I only have 9 black officers. Just 9. I'm actively recruiting and looking for people of color, but I will not discriminate against any officer that have a desire, a passion, and will to take on the job, a qualified officer. I would like people of color. So what we are currently doing is that we're going to shadow a Lancaster City program that we're looking at students between the age of 19 and 21 who's interested in a criminal justice degree, who wants to be an officer, a police officer. We're going to take applications. This is open to any city resident. We're going to take applications, interview process. If you pass the interview process, we're going to select 2 people, sit them through ACT. We're going to pay for the education. We're going to employ them 15 to 20 hours a week until they graduate. You must maintain a 2.5 GPA. And after you graduate, you take a civil service test. We're going to give you 5 points toward the civil service test. We are very serious about recruiting people of color, but we're serious about recruiting city residents. Another catch to it is that you must live in a city for 3 years, and if you move out of the city, or if you don't maintain the contract, you must pay back the city of Harrisburg all the money that we put out to you, for you. Thank you for having me here. Please, my door is open. Have breakfast with a police officer, dinner with a police officer, lunch with a police officer. I want to get to know everybody here, because every life matters, all lives matter.